We're back.
Can you hear me good?
Yep.
Good. Now it's time to start on the cult classic short film Frankenweenie, which I actually enjoyed this movie
So
or
I
short
I feel
film.
like we should clarify that we're watching the 1984 Tim Burton movie, um, not the 2012 animated or claymation movie.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah. I'm glad you made that clarification.
Yep. Um, I got some notes.
You do?
So yeah, because it was a 30-minute one, and I was worried we wouldn't have enough.
Yeah, I was too. But then I was like, well, we can get something out of it, even if we can get 15 minutes. I figured that'd be good.
Dude, would you like to guess how much this budget was?
Um, I'm gonna say, can I get a little guess? I know it's not in the millions. I know that.
You sure?
Bro, did Tim Burton get $1 million budget?
You're right on the. It's 1 million budget.
Did he really have a $1 million budget?
And it earned 11 million at the box office in December of 1984.
Wait, that thing was it was a standalone film in the theaters?
It's very unclear.
I
From
thought it was.
sources I read, like I wanted fun facts, so this was a 30-minute movie, so it's very short. So I was like, we got fill time. I'm gonna look at fun facts, and I was like, okay, I learned something. But no, some sources said it was, some sources said it was just like an extra bit on a DVD or a VHS, sorry. But apparently Tim Burton was fired after the movie because they felt he was wasting company resources, and the movie wasn't intended for children. Um, the video, or Disney was also upset that it was delayed for summer release alongside Jungle Book, but ended up releasing around Christmas time by Pinocchio. Um, the film was basically shelved in the Americas, but it was like it did better in the UK.
Okay. Huh. I can't, bro. I would not waste my American dollars for a short film with 30 minutes. I thought this wasn't a bad movie. Like, I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just like,
It's just a really short movie.
yeah.
But
Which I should have knew. As soon as it said Tim Burns, you could see all his elements with his
oh yeah,
creative touch. I was
see
like,
see the only reason like Frankenweenie the 2012 one was like redone is because with the popularity over like Edward Scissorhands, Beetlejuice, Batman, and Pee Wee's Big Adventure, Disney released it on VHS in 1992, and it was also like, hey, your film Frankenweenie is like getting popular because you're getting popular. Could you come back and like
heck.
uh, do some stuff with us? And then you get Nightmare Before Christmas, and eventually in 2012,
Frankie.
you get yeah. But I think Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't have it written down, but I think Nightmare Before Christmas came out in like 1993, 1992.
Here, I can look it up on Disney real fast.
Okay.
Here, give me a second. I'm gonna be quiet. Or, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'll type this up and talk. You know what I thought? I thought about this right when the movie started because as soon as I saw Tim Burton, I was like, Tim Burton needs to do another superhero movie.
I did not think that.
Really? I feel like he'd do a good Justice League Dark movie.
See, I felt like
Oh, yep, you're right. 1993.
I think you'd do a good Dead Man movie.
Dead Man. He's
Yeah.
the hero that's he's
He's a
like a
ghost.
ghost. Yeah, he's a ghost.
Okay. That'd be up his alley. What other? I'm trying to think of what other superhero that's like wacky and weird that he could do. Wannabes would be good.
Who?
Wannabes.
Mm-mm.
He basically can combine animals, and he's like wears a red like weird helmet. and
Oh,
Loin Cloth.
okay, yeah, he was in Identity Crisis. Okay, that guy.
And then there's another one, like I think it's the Creeper. He looks like the Joker, but like all yellow, green weird gloves, like weird, like fluffy cape, and he's just like crawling around.
You know, I think he was supposed to direct the Superman movie with Nicolas Cage. I feel like that canceled one.
Oh no.
I know you're so distraught. You so badly want Nicolas Cage to be Batman. I mean, Superman.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That kind of scares me a little bit.
But Nicolas Cage was almost Superman.
Yes. Like, don't get me wrong. Nicolas Cage is either really good or really bad. There's like no in between. He like gives it all, or he doesn't give it. Like he just like he's off the wall crazy.
You don't want to be like, Lois, I'm an alien from outer space, okay? Lex Luthor, I'll stop you. Okay?
Who?
Just
I think he would be make. I think he could make a better Lex Luthor. Hear me out. I think he would make a better Lex Luthor in comparison to maybe like a Superman and than the one we already had in like Man of Steel or Justice League Dawn of Justice or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that egotistical side that drives him mad to like prove he's better would be great. Played by Nick Cage.
I lost mine. He wasn't bad he's not bad as Ghost Rider.
Oh no, he wasn't bad as Ghost Rider.
Although that movie didn't age well, but we'll talk about that movie one day.
We'll get there.
But no. I just miss Tim Burton's. I just like what Tim Burton did with 1989's Batman because I was like, that was my thoughts on this morning when it said an idea by Tim Burton. I was like, yep, this is about to get wacky.
All right, Devin. So what did you think about the movie?
Excuse me, I'm so sorry. I didn't think it was I kind of enjoyed it. I kind of enjoyed this movie. I was like, all right, short film. It's just gonna make me laugh, dude. This movie made me laugh a lot. Because the way
it make you laugh?
It made me laugh because they were all the neighbors were freaking out about the dog. That just made me laugh because like they're trying to build up the suspense, and you just see a little dog just like the first scene. So after he resurrects the dog, and it really got me. And this character got on my nerves. Was the lady neighbor the lady with the thick glasses with her wiener dog?
Yeah.
Like the nosy neighbor, she got on my nerves, but she made me laugh sometimes. She made me laugh when Sparky gets in the bushes and she's walking her little wiener dog and she's like, oh, that's nothing, don't be worried about. And then later she's like, that behemoth tried to eat my dog. I'm like, bruh. And then while she's watering it also made me laugh when the husband is trying to go into his garage and the suspense music plays and all of a sudden you see Sparky's shadow, which is not threatening, by the way. And he's like, oh my god, and he falls on the boxes and you just see Sparky just smiling, or he's like he's not being threatful, he's just like hello and just runs off. And I want to know how they set this. I like the way they set this scene up, where Sparky's just sprinting out from the garage, and then he just straight up knocks over the cans, and then the lady neighbor, she's like, "Oh my gosh!" and she just falls over. She gets wrapped around the cord. I thought that was pretty well neat put together.
See, I liked how there wasn't a love story in this one like it was in 2012. Really? I liked how it was. I liked how it was just a boy and his dog.
Oh, and another thing that made me laugh was huh?
Said you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you went quiet. Of course, I was talking, so I don't know if you heard it or not.
Oh no, I was letting you finish.
Okay, but go ahead with what you were saying.
I also found it funny when the husband and the woman and the husband's daughter was in her little clubhouse. She's sitting there playing with her dolls, and all of a sudden the music starts playing. And you just see a giant shadow. She's like, go Barbie, dog shadow. Ah! just screams bloody murder, terrifying, and it just made me laugh that they were just scared of this little dog.
Yeah, this town reminded me a lot like Pleasantville. It was weird. Of course, it's a Tim Burton directed both Frankenweenie movies, so there is that. But they like each character is like their own beast in itself. Each character is kind of like, yes, this is my one thing, and I'm gonna take that to the bank. And I was like, I can get on board with this because it's wacky enough for a kids movie to like to be enjoyable. Like it's not necessary to the plot all the time, but it does a great job at building, in my opinion.
I know, bro. And this is another thing. They're all freaking out, and they're like, if you got a new dog, please don't let it run around like a maniac. And the parents are like, what? We ain't got a dog.
Our dog's dead.
Yeah, our dog's dead. I'm like, ouch.
Yeah.
Oh, can we talk about how the mom had random cookies at the opening act? Just boom, here's some cookies.
Like I love this kid because the kid's like eating out of a Wolfman mug, and I thought the kid was so relatable because I was like, oh my goodness, this is me as a kid. And
Right. You know what blew my mind? The Donald Duck on the juice box and the Mickey Mouse in the attic. I was like, wait a minute, is there more Disney characters?
Oh, if I'm not mistaken, they did this in the 2012 version too. Like it is very blatant that it was Disney, and they used like this. They used his love of like classic monster movie cinema to like play with it some. Like I think I don't know how they got the Universal stuff in there, but they somehow managed to alongside Disney stuff.
I saw the Wolfman couple on tape. I was like, huh, surprised that's in there.
Yeah, I was surprised by that too. But the kid made me comfortable at points because it was like, you remind me a little too much of myself. I was like, this kid's like obsessed with his dog, monster movies, and what he loves is like cinema and movies. The kid was particularly movies in science fiction, which is he was making his own little movies. I used to make my own little comic books like with my dog, because I used to doodle her. I was like, I did a lot of this stuff, and I was like, that's too much like me.
I just want to say this. The fact that the way they set it up, it's just a nice little family. They watched a nice home movie, and I'm like, oh no, I can't wait for this scene. And they're like, here, Sparky, go catch this ball. Sparky runs out.
Sparky, no!
Bro, I was like, well, this went from 0 to 60 super fast.
Yeah, Devin, we're gonna take a quick ad break real quick, okay?
All right.
Back.
Can you hear me well?
No, who is this?
This is Jeff.
I don't know Jeff.
I keep dialing the wrong number.
That sucks. Well, you want to film a podcast then, Jeff?
I guess so. What kind of podcast are we doing here?
Well, we're reviewing 1984's Tim Burton's classic, Frankenweenie.
Oh, sounds good.
All right, let's do it then, Jeff.
All right, let's do it. But no, yeah, that went from 0 to 60 real fast, and I was just like, it shocked me. I was like, huh.
So like in the start of the movie, the dog dies, and I'm like, no. And that was a hard scene for me because I was an idiot when the first time I watched this. I was like on Disney Plus, and it's like, okay. I just lost. I had to put down my dog, my childhood dog that I did included in the comics, and I was like, man, I got to find someone to cheer me up because I was starting to get depressed, and I was like, okay, let's watch Frankenweenie, and it was not a good move.
Yeah, you should have known the movie Frankenweenie.
But like cinema wise, like with the dog dying so early on, I was like, okay, like. This gave a lot. This was actually a good move, like cinematography wise, because they're like, okay, we're gonna kill off the dog at the beginning, we're gonna reanimate it, and he does a pretty good job I thought the class was more interesting in the comics, not
Huh?
in the animated. 'Cause he's like they're in class, he's learning, he gets that light bulb and he's like starts furiously writing things down. And
Yeah,
in
I
this
thought,
one, he's like,
dude, I thought the scene in the school where there's a science person's like, all right, everybody, dead toad. And I'm just like, oh,
yep.
I don't know what it is with movies lately. Everything's dead. I'm just like, oh.
Well, like this seems like a small town where they're like very big on fear, and I think the animated ones do better at job at highlighting that. But I think for like a short clip to inspire it, I think this was really good.
Really?
Mhm.
That's like, I thought it was cool though with electricity. He's like, all right, so you take your electronic rod here, boom, poke the dead frog. Dead frog just spazzing out with his legs. I'm like, huh, I didn't think of that.
I'm glad you said that, Devin.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that since you're the science guy. Is that really what happens when you conduct electricity into an organism?
Glad you're back. I'm glad you asked because Kyle, the science guy, is back in town. So do you know about um, the reanimation of the dead dog in the 1940s?
No, I don't. Wait, that
There
really
was
happened?
Yeah, there's a file of reanimation of dead things in the 1940s, which is now for I think it's for public knowledge. Like it's in the public domain, and you can view it. But basically, during the 1940s, Soviet Union scientist Dr. Sergei, I wrote down the name, and I know I'm going to struggle with these, Brukhonko and Boris Levitsky recorded experiments where they attempted to reanimate a dog's head using the machine's direct plate lungs.
Oh, I remember you telling me this. I think we found it online.
No. I made you watch it with me when we were in Hazel. Kind of a bad thing, but I was just really interested. But the lung machine was similar to the modern ECMO machine. The experiment uses like external devices to replicate organs. Several dogs were actually reanimated using these methods, reportedly. Currently, I believe the film experiments rival the organisms is free on public domain, as I said, but apparently like two dogs that were used to reanimate uh, in this procedure apparently had a puppy together.
They had a puppy?
Yeah, I don't know how, but it's just a really cool thing. Like
Oh, speaking of puppies, I gotta tell. I want. Oh shoot, hold up. Oh, okay, we're good. My coaching app just my coaching group chat just responded. But anyways, dude, I want to going off script for a second. So one of our equipment girls, she just bought a. They just bought a. She came to the field house Thursday before the game. She had a purebred Rottweiler, and she's training it to be a duck hunting dog. It was so freaking cute.
Oh yeah, I love Rottweilers. I remember when I was in Honduras, there was like this giant Rottweiler on one side of the street, and then like I'm on a mission trip, and I'm with this big burly guy who could probably like lift a car for like a good solid minute or so, like without breaking much of a sweat.
Oh,
And he made me cross it, made both of us cross the other side. I'm like, why the puppy? And he's like, that is not a puppy. That is a big dog. That's a full dog. It could kill us. And I'm like, but big baby.
I know, it was so cute. She named it Rocky.
Dude, and then I proceeded to go to the other side of the street and play with the dog. He just looked over in terror like, oh my goodness, Kyle's going to die in the jaws of this beast. What am I going to tell his father?
Jesus Christ.
I was just playing with this giant Rottweiler in the middle of like Honduras. And I'm like, puppy.
Okay. Thank God. I was away afraid there for a second. My phone's like, hey, iPhone, Android 11's up and running. Ready to update your phone? I'm like, no.
It's okay. I mean, we're already using like a new like device to record this, so we'll see how this plays out.
But yeah, no. Anyways, back to the movie. Sorry, it was just talking about the dog made me think of the rock wire. I wish I could. I should have asked her for a photo so I can show you. That sucker's gonna be huge though.
Oh yeah, they get pretty big, but they're big babies. Like the bigger the dog, typically the smaller it thinks it is,
Yeah.
and then typically the smaller the dog, the bigger it thinks it is.
Lord, my buddy Jay's got a her name's Aries, and she when she was a little puppy a couple months ago, like itty bitty, she teething and everything, and then she last time I was over there, she didn't fully grow, but she hit her little growth spurt because you know how they are when they're puppies.
Yeah.
Lord, she's still out like a big baby, trying to let her curl up in our laps and stuff. I'm like, Lord, Aries, you're getting too big.
Yeah.
But no. Anyway, back to the movie. Yeah, I thought the whole like frog scene thing made me jump, and then I was like, huh, is this possible?
Yeah.
And then he's just sitting there scratching his notebook, bring back Sparky.
Yep.
And can we talk about, like we talked about in old movies before, the mom was just so like nonchalant about the whole stuff he kept bringing into the house.
Yeah, I mean, they get more suspicious in the animated one, but this one they're just like, what? Okay, I mean, yes, he's probably making another movie. Like
I know.
Like that's understandable. But, like the whole like, then they find the dog and they're like in both of them they're just like, okay, Sparky's back. This is normal.
I know they're both weird. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I want to talk about the guy that played as a dad. His facial expressions were golden to me.
Well, dude, think about it. Your child just reanimated a dead dog that's been dead for quite some time, and he goes, "Yeah, my dog's alive again," and you're like, "I don't know what other powers my child has."
That's for real. He walks in. He's like, "We don't have a." He's like, tells the neighbors, "We don't have a dog." And he's just like, let me go talk to my son. Oh, like his eyes pop. He's got that oh shit grin on his face, and he just walks out. Like I'm just, oh gosh, the dad does several things. Like his facial expressions, I enjoyed them. I was like, this guy's good. I hope he's in more stuff.
Dude, we have seen terrible parenting like so much in these movies. I think this is the one time it was okay to be like a pretty bad parent. You're like, my child just animated a dog. It was dead. I don't know what else he can do. I'm just gonna take a step back. Hopefully I don't get struck down. Who knows what else can he do? Can he shoot lasers?
Can he shoot lasers? What? And then they freak out. He's like, it's just Sparky. And then the parents are like, okay. And Sparky, and the dog's just trying to be affectionate. I'm like, oh.
Like I get them. I get it. I don't know if they were like purposely trying to play it down because they were scared. Like they should understand when be scared, but I felt like they were pretty chill about it. Like all things considered, they're like, oh yeah, he just reanimated a dog, and then this one is like, from their facial expressions, they're like, okay, Martha, I'm scared. I am too, Jen. I don't know their actual names. But it was like that in the animated.
They would say their names, or is it just mom and dad? Because he's like, hey mom, hey dad.
I don't even know, but in the animated one, they seemed like more cool with it. And they're like, oh yeah, that's possible. But in this one, they're like clearly terrified and they don't know what to do.
Yeah, no, that was just, the dad's facial expression like killed it. So I found him hilarious because he's like, and then and near the end, the neighbors in the neighborhood there are like, they got a giant lion in there. I'm like, bruh, it's a what kind of dog was it?
Okay, hold on.
Are you googling it? I couldn't tell. I can't remember the top of my head. I was like, it's
a bull terrier. It's a sense of a dog used in Target, but it's I forget what else it was used in, but like the bull terrier is I'm trying to see what else it's been used, but he uses, like Timberg uses that through a bunch of different like stuff. like he used it as the inspiration for um, I forget the name of the dog in what's it called in Nightmare Before Christmas. That the dog I can't remember the dog's name, but he uses it for
I almost want to say
the.
Frodo, but that's Lord of the Rings.
I mean, that wouldn't be the weirdest thing. I mean, Chewbacca's based off George Lucas's dog, so. But
Lord George Lucas. I need to watch. Have you? I need to. Oh, the other day I was thinking about the Bad Batch. I haven't watched that in a couple of weeks. Have you been watching it?
what?
The Bad Batch.
I have not watched it at all.
Ooh, the first episode's pretty good.
Because I never even finished Clone Wars.
Oh,
I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this before I do it, and then I got distracted and I never finished.
Well, it's all on Disney Plus now.
Yeah, but Theodore Roosevelt owned several pets, including a bull terrier, Pete. Pete received plenty of contemporary press, having bitten a naval clerk, as well as chased and bitten a French ambassador.
Really?
Yeah. Spuds McKinsey, a fictional character used in existence, advertising campaign marketing, Bud Light beer. That may be it. Spuds McKinsey. You got Bullseye, the Target dog. Yeah, I was trying to think of where Spuds McKinsey must be it. So I remember some type of space dog being a bull terrier.
Space Dog. You talking about in real life or in a movie?
Like a mascot.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yo, speaking of dog movies, there's one dog movie I need to show you. I think it's part of the Air Bud universe. I gotta find it. I'll have to send it to you one day. It's about a dog that's a pro wrestler. It's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
We'll review it in the future.
We should probably get back on track.
Okay, sorry. But no, you know what made me laugh the most was when they were like, "Hey, everybody, come over, come see Sparky," and then they're all sitting there talking. The dad just pops in again. He's like, "We got spinach dip," and they're all just dead silent stares. And then Dad's like, "Okay, no spinach dip, got it," and he just walks back, and I just started laughing. The movie made me laugh a lot. I don't think it was supposed to, but it did.
I think a bull terrier was also in Rugrats as something.
Yeah, Spike was a bull. No, Spike was something bigger because Spike was longer.
There was some type of bull terrier in that type of style, but I can't remember what it was.
Or Spike a Great Dane? No, Spike's not a Great Dane.
Spike was some type of bloodhound or something.
Yeah, he had because he had long ears, but like he wasn't huge, but he had like a long, skinny body.
Mhm.
But no, that scene made me laugh. And they're like, "Here's Sparky," and everybody's just screaming bloody murder. Meanwhile, the dog's just playing around.
Hold up.
Gee. Everything good?
All right, sorry about that.
Is everything good? Yeah.
Yeah, I had I can't really say, but it was a work thing.
Oh, do you need to leave or is it?
No. I won't need to go till later.
Oh, okay. Oh, so we need to wrap this up anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I liked but yeah, that scene I liked because the dog comes in just all smiling, wagging his tail, and all of a sudden everybody's like, ah, screaming. Like one lady hid behind the chair, screaming bloody murder. Somebody went through the table. Meanwhile, the dog's just smiling, wagging his tail, jumping on people. Everybody's screaming, swinging, going out windows. I'm like, bro, why am I laughing so much?
Yeah. Dude. What is this? Hold on. Sorry, I was still looking up bull terriers.
All right.
It's gonna bother me. It's from something. Let's see, there's Dog Tanker 3D Illustrated. There was something else, but I can't put my finger on it. It's like some type of junkyard dog. had like a spike collar, and I can't remember what it is. Yeah, I see Frankenweenie. There's an anime, Hisu un Magatori Bo. Apparently, it was an anime with it with a Boston Terrier, not Boston Terrier, Bull Terrier.
Bull Terrier.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hey.
Okay, we need to focus. Dude, can we talk about the death scene?
The what scene?
The death scene, the second one.
Yeah, that wasn't a month. That was a shout out to the original movie because he did also burn to death in a freaking windmill.
Yeah, and I was thinking, first off, the guy falling, the guy did it on purpose. There was no way. That was horrible acting. You know?
Yeah, no, it was, and I just thought to myself, oh, that's how the original movie goes. And also, how the heck does a mini golf course close down in a small town? I feel like that's one of the things you can keep a lot up and going.
I don't know, dude. They got a full-on pet cemetery though.
That's what I'm saying. We can have a pet cemetery, but we can't have mini golf in this town. Like, what the heck? I mean,
I'm glad this small town was like, oh, we got to care for our animals. I'm glad for that. Clearly, their domestic or animal abuse is like really low in this town for a graveyard that big, just dedicated to pets. But what is the economy looking like?
I mean, it's looking kind of rough considering they can't keep a golf course open or a mini golf. But no,
what else is there?
I like
the windmill scene. I was like, okay, we're gonna watch it, and clearly he could have evaded that. And animals, I don't know if it dying and coming back slowed his reaction time. I mean, he did get hit by a car, but typically animals can be like, oh yeah, then I'm in danger, and they'll run out of the way. Like, that could have easily been avoidable. I don't know if like reanimation affected that or not.
I'm sure it did, because even you know what scene I thought was cool when they first brings him back and the water leaks out of his neck. I thought that was a cool setup.
Yeah, like they did some really cool stuff, like for the time period, like, and it had a great. I keep forgetting that it's in the 80s and not in like the 30s or 40s, because it feels like a movie that would be in that time.
Yeah.
But I know how cheesy it is, but I love those. Like, oh, they all came together to bring back this dog they were clearly gonna kill. That's not realistic, but I like it, and I was like, oh, there's a little female version. Clearly, there's a setup for like a Frankenweenie 2.
And it never happened.
It never did, but I imagine, like, the way cinema is now, that wouldn't be the weirdest thing.
No, it wouldn't.
But do you have any more points you want to talk about?
I mean, that was pretty much it. Like I said, this wasn't a very long movie. I mean, I enjoy it. I rated it kind of high.
Okay, what'd you rate it?
You know, only reason I rated it high because one, it made me laugh, and it was too short. So it's kind of like, you go over so much. I'm gonna give it 9 popcorn buckets. And the reason why, I take it back. I think this is a good short film, so I'm gonna give it a perfect 10. Because, like, 1, I enjoyed it. 2, the cinematography was good. The lab effects where he spent out electricity was good. I mean, like, I couldn't find anything negative about this movie.
See, I only thing I could think of to really fault this was like, okay, then that kind of goes against like their character. Like, they just try to kill this dog, and I mean, I get he just had a heart to heart, but clearly there'd be like some against it. And I'm like, this is great world building, and I would definitely love to see a sequel of this. Not in the Air Buddies, or Buds, whatever, the baby Air Buds. Not in that capacity, but I would definitely love it. So I'm giving it 9 out of 10.
All right, you're giving it a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I couldn't find anything negative.
I mean, that's a solid 19 out of 20 with our combined.
Yeah, like, I couldn't find anything negative about it. I enjoyed this little film.
But I mean, I really couldn't fault it. I really liked it, but it it was that one ending scene that really got to me, and that really affected the score for me, because I was just like, guys, you just spent all this time killing it, trying to kill it, and now that you killed it, you feel bad because it saved the little boy. I'm like, you guys did this. I mean, I'm glad you're like owning up to taking responsibility, but I mean, still.
Yeah, true. But I mean, I kind of agree with you there. But I was like, well, ain't life a bitch?
I mean, if they were setting up for like a sequel, it would make more sense for me. But still, like I'm giving it 9 out of 10.
Also, I also thought about that scene. I was like, scientifically, I don't know if all those cars would work. Because, like, I'm like, the rods weren't even that big. I'm like, how did all those jumbo cables fit around the dog's neck?
I mean, how many cars were there in that scene?
It looked like 7 or 8. I didn't count them all. I'm going to assume 8 of them. 8 or 6.
Hold up.
You about to Google it?
I'm trying to see. So, standard like car battery holds like 12.4 to 12.6 volts, which can last from 9 to 15 hours. I don't know, like, if we're going off 1840s, not 1840s, or 1984, or if we're going off 1950s, 60s, like when it's kind of like set in. I don't know about those. But if you times that, okay, so we're going to go with like guessing 8. We're, 8 times 12, 5. That's about 100 volts. Okay. Let's see.
What the heck?
So there's about 300 million volts, and about 30,000 amps in a lightning bolt. So if we're trying to recreate lightning, it wouldn't work. But I wonder. Yeah, and there's about 3,000 volts in a defibrillator. So I don't know how this is doing much. And plus, wouldn't his body be covered in burns?
See, I thought that too. I was like, dang, he's destroyed. Meanwhile, he comes walking in with the blanket, and he's just like, I'm like, what?
Not to mention, this kid had to know, like, to reanimate this dog, this kid had to sew up this dog. He originally got hit by a car.
I thought the vet did it. I was like, the same thoughts. I had those same thoughts too. Then I was like, okay, I'm sure the vet did it, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's traumatizing on its own.
But no, like, you're about 900 volts short of a defibrillator, and I'm not going to tell you how many volts you're short of a lightning bolt. It took 300 million volts to wake that dog up with the lightning bolt. You're only having like 100 volts with all those batteries for about 8 cars.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Lord, it's funny how you should mention defibrillators. I had to do my pre-first aid. Yeah, I had to do my CPR. Well, it wasn't even CPR training. It was pre-aid training.
Yeah.
Like how to handle heat stroke, how to spot a concussion. Like I had to get concussion certified, and I need to go. My CPR license, I think, is still good. I have to double check.
Typically, you better renew it every 2 years, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. I got it done, and then at Briarcliff, they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it," but with COVID, they're like, "Never mind." And I was like, "I kind of need this done, but it's all good."
Yeah. Tune in next Sunday for Hocus Pocus.
Booga booga booga.
we're doing the whole Halloween, like trying to do some spooky movies. So tune in next Sunday. Devin, what do you want the last thing to say on this episode?
Well, to quote the Monster Classic, it's alive.